Hi guys, I hope you're really well. I am making these video series so that I could read this amazing book to you guys. This is one of our key texts that we were going to start exploring in school. So we're going to start it now, and then hopefully we can finish it off when we return back to Montem, okay? It's called The Journey to Joburg. It's about two children, a girl called Naledi and a boy called Tiro. They are siblings, and they live in South Africa, okay? It is set during the time of apartheid, which was what we were learning about when we were learning about Nelson Mandela, okay? Which links really nicely to our theme of Africa and to our theme, our Black History theme that we started last month, okay? So we're going to start reading it together. I'm going to read the blurb first of all so that we can have an idea of what this book is about, and then I'll start reading chapter 1. So Naledi had made up her mind. Her baby sister was ill and needed her mother. Mother was working in Johannesburg, 300 kilometers away. The only way to reach her was to get to the big road and walk. So Naledi and her brother Tiro did just that. Set against the dangerous landscape of apartheid South Africa, Journey to Joburg is the inspiring story of two brave children who will do anything to save their sister. So, let's begin. I'm going to read a little bit of an introduction before we get started with chapter 1. So, there's no pictures, but if we do come across any, I will show you. Can you imagine having to live apart from your parents for most of your childhood? In South Africa, for a long time, the law forced many parents and children apart. Many fathers and mothers from the countryside had to go away to towns and cities to work. Their children had to stay behind, for this was the land of apartheid, where the broken families were all black and people who made the laws were all white. We didn't often hear about the children who were cut off from their parents. We only got a glimpse of them through a short news item now and then. And then they've got some articles here that I'm going to read. A joyous end to Hunt for Mum. It was a joyous reunion yesterday for a schoolgirl who came to the big city in search of her mother, only with the little knowledge that she worked in Vincent. It began as a door-to-door search in the hope that one of the knocks would be answered by her mother. The Daily Dispatch, 1st of October 1981. Another report told of a boy who had always lived with his mother until he was caught up in a police raid and taken hundreds of kilometers away. Boy of 11 attempted 1,289-kilometer walk. An 11-year-old boy who tried walking from Umtata in Transkei to Cape Town to be with his mother was reunited with her yesterday. The boy said he had been born in Cape Town. Umtata was a strange place to him. Asked why he wanted to walk back, he simply said, "My mother was in Cape Town and I wanted to be with her." This was also taken from a news article in 1981. It will take a long time to repair the damage of apartheid. Journey to Joburg may help you understand why, but many people have planted their hopes like seeds. Now they need to work hard at helping them grow. So it's just a little introduction, okay? We are going to read chapter 1. It's quite short and it's called Naledi's Plan. So it starts off with this picture. So that's Naledi, that's Tiro, and that's their baby sister. Let's find out who this person is. Naledi and Tiro were worried. Their baby sister, Dinio, was ill, very ill. For 3 days now, Nono, their granny, had been trying to cool her fever with damp cloths placed on her little head and body. Mgwani, their auntie, made her take sips of water, but still, their sister lay hot and restless, crying softly at times. Can't we take Dinio to the hospital? Naledi begged, but Nono said Dinio was much too sick to be carried that far. The only hospital was many kilometers away, and Naledi also knew they had no money to pay the doctor to visit them. No one in the village had that much money. If only Ma was here, Naledi wished over and over as she and Tiro walked down to the village tap with their empty buckets. She clutched tightly at the coins in her hand. Each morning, the children had to pass the place of graves on their way to buy the day's water, and only last week another baby in the village had died. It was always scary seeing the little graves, but especially this fresh one now. As they came nearer, Naledi fixed her eyes on the ground ahead, trying not to look, trying not to think. But it was no use. She just couldn't stop herself thinking of her own little sister being lowered into a hole in the ground. Finally, Naledi could stand it no longer. When they had returned with the water, she called Tiro to the back of the house and spoke bluntly. "We must get Ma, or Dinio is going to die." "But how?" Tiro was bewildered. Their mother worked and lived in Johannesburg, more than 300 kilometers away. "We can get the big road and walk," Naledi replied calmly. It was the school holidays now, but in term time it took the children more than an hour to walk to school each day, so they were used to walking. Naledi wasn't going to let herself think how much longer it would take to get to Johannesburg. However, Tiro was not sure. "But Nono doesn't want us to worry, Ma, and I know she won't let us go." "That's just it," Naledi reported quickly. "Nono and Magwani keep saying Dinio will get better soon. You heard them talking last night. They say they don't want to send Ma a telegram and frighten her. But what if we wait and it's too late?" Tiro thought for a moment. "Can't we send Ma a telegram? How can we if we haven't got any money? And if we borrow some, Nonna will hear about it and will be very cross with us." It was clear that Naledi had made up her mind, and Tiro knew his sister. She was 4 years older than him, already 13, and once she had decided something, that was that. So Tiro gave up reasoning. The children went to find Naledi's friend Poleng and explained. Poleng was very surprised but agreed to help. She would tell Nonna once the children had gone, and she also promised to help their granny bringing the water and doing the other jobs. "How will you eat on the way?" Poleng asked. Tiro looked worried, but Naledi was confident. "Oh, we'll find something." Poleng told them to wait and ran into her house, returning soon with a couple of sweet potatoes and a bottle of water. The children thanked her. She was indeed a good friend. Before they could go, Naledi had to get the last letter Ma had sent, so they would know where to look for her in the big city. Slipping into the house, Naledi took the letter quietly from the tin, without Nonna or Magwani noticing. Both were busy with Dinio as Naledi slipped out again. And that's the end of chapter 1. So, very, very quick beginning. They get straight into it. We don't get to meet Nonna or Magwani a lot or Dinio. So it starts, the story pretty much starts with the two siblings running away from home, going to find their mum. So that's chapter 1. Tomorrow I will be sending you chapter 2. Let me know in the comments below any predictions. Do you think they're going to get mum? Do you think Dinio will make it? Do you think they'll get mum to return in time to help out with their baby sister? Predictions. Let me know what you think. Bye.